Hi, I'm Matt Abbott, Superintendent of Wayside Schools. I'm super excited that you're here today to learn more about Wayside and our school community. Today, I'm excited to have a chance to have a conversation with our middle school principal, Ms. Vanessa Ruiz, who is here today to talk with us a little bit and share a little bit about her school. Vanessa, it's great to see you today.
Thank you. Likewise, it's good to know that we have this opportunity today to just, inform everyone about Sci-Tech Middle School.
Yeah, so first thing is, for anyone that's not familiar with SciTech, can you give me a little bit more information about the school and then maybe about your role there at the school?
Sure. So Sci-Tech serves almost 400 students, scholars, who all come from this unique and diverse, background. And I always say that, right? Because in middle school, they're definitely at that unique age. People would define it otherwise. We define it as unique here. And in that, we have the privilege of serving these kids, right, as they are transitioning into a path for high school and, earning that high school diploma. And then, of course, that college one that, we make sure that we want them to get. And so we're focused on their academics here. And we're also focused on their social emotional, growth. And that's really important that we have a good combination of both, because we know that this is the age where they seek that identity. And we want to straighten that, right? And we want to make sure that they also learn about their culture and their background and that they use that to form their identity. So Sci-Tech Middle School does all of that. And so in that, we serve them well, right? And our teachers here are just committed to serving them in any way or shape they can.
Well,
And
thank you
so
for.
my role here, oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay, go.
My role here is, to be that creator of all that, right? And help all these amazing plans come through and put together this amazing team that accomplishes it all.
Well, one of the things I was going to do, I was going to brag on you really quick. So, obviously you guys don't know this, but Vanessa is from El Paso. And before joining Wayside, she was actually the leader of one of the higher performing schools in El Paso. And she's currently at the University of Texas working on her doctorate. And so she brings a tremendous amount of experience to Wayside and our middle school. So we're super excited to have you here and to see everything you bring. One of the things that we hear a lot about from our families when they brag about Wayside is the sense of family community. Can you explain a little bit of like what's the intangibles? What does it feel like when you're at your school?
Sure thing. So one of the great things that you mentioned is this close-knit family, right? And why? So our teachers here are committed to building these relationships with students and their families, right? And so they take that very seriously. And so we know that this isn't just about them bringing their kid to school. This is about us forming a partnership together, right? And having that collaboration, and that their kids are going to be cared for because they have teachers who are building relationships with them. They have teachers that are, calling them and emailing them and establishing that communication, right? That makes it feel like a family instead of just a school.
So, you were talking about care, and I know that's one of the things we really pride ourselves on at Wayside is just this relentless care we have for the success of all of those in our community, especially our scholars. Um, can you think of an example that just that really highlights that from your campus that you could share?
Sure. Well, we here believe that teaching is you have to have care. There's no way you can teach without that care component, right? And so our teachers exemplify that all the time, right? Because they certainly, the first thing that, a scholar will be asked when they walk into the classroom is, how are you? How's your day going? Right? Teachers always start by asking the kids how they're doing. In advisory, for example, right, where we're addressing that social emotional and learning component, the kids have learned the color wheel and they express, right, their levels of care in the color wheel. So even the teacher, right, they can say, hey, today it is totally blue for you. Well, they know from their wheel how much that teacher cares for them, right? That those are the areas of care that this teacher is committed to for the day. This is the area in the blue area today. So therefore, my level of care will be focused on you achieving, right? Like peace today. Right. So those are the things that, I think are great about our school and show that true caring from our
Yeah.
teachers.
And we're so hyper focused on college and rigor and all that, but like, we also believe that school should be a joyous place where kids should literally, our scholars should enjoy coming to school every day. And whenever I come through your campus, it's always amazing to see the joy. you know Tell us a little bit more of like the different joyous experiences you've seen at your campus that highlights this.
Well, currently, we start like one thing that is set as a tradition now is a fried yay day. And so the minute the kids are taking temperatures, they're getting down, it's a fried yay day, right? Because you're gonna have a yay day. Um, all the way into a classroom with, our social studies teacher, Mr. McCombs, creating a pumped up environment where right now, okay, in person and remote kids are super pumped, ready to learn. I see kids literally jumping up and down in their chair from home, and he's got them all rattled up, ready to go. Same with the scholars in person. And so that just speaks to the joy, right? That our teachers create and the learning experiences that they create with joy, that these kids are actually doing that.
That's great to hear. I mean, as a parent myself, like, I think about how important it is that my kids are excited to go to school every day. And so hearing what you're sharing today just warms my heart, because I know that that's exactly the type of place I want my kids as well. But it's not all just fun, right? We've got to prepare kids for high school, because this is the big transition time, and everything they're preparing for high school is helping to get them ready for college. Rigor is very important at Wayside. Talk us through just a little bit of what you guys are doing to make sure kids are high school ready and then ultimately college ready.
Well, we're certainly addressing that, critical thinking skill, right? And we're letting our students learn how they can critically think, right? And then we hit that higher order thinking skill after we've known that, they can have that critical thinking ability. We shoot for more from them, right? And so we're really working with our teachers on how to do that, right? How to establish that for our kids to get to that rigor level where it's not just about the rigor, it's about them having that ability to be creative with their rigor. And so we do that, right, by really focusing on our lesson planning. And when our teachers are in that classroom and they have that moment where they can identify that they're hitting that, then take it to the next level, right? So that way our kids can know that they can learn beyond that and be creative beyond that critical thinking skill. So always pushing for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And because all of our high schoolers we're getting them ready for the IB diploma, which is a really high standard. Everything we do at middle school sets up everything for achieving that goal, graduating, and then ultimately going to college. Well, Principal Ruiz, Vanessa, thank you so much for visiting with me today. All your hard work shows. It's amazing everything that you guys are doing at the middle school, and your tremendous leadership and joining our team. And we're really excited for everything you're doing. And really, I just want to thank you and give you a chance to say something to our audience today, about your school that you want to make sure that they hear before we're done.
Well, currently, I'd like to invite everybody to take the opportunity to come and step into our campus first and foremost, because we are excited to be able to, welcome new faces and new families for the next school year, right? And we serve, of course, grades 6 through 8. And in that, just explain a little bit that next year we have an amazing lineup, right? Where we will be very focused on introducing a lot of work that aligns to the high school preparation level that you spoke to, right? That IB, but that we also want to make it fun for the kids, right? So introducing those concepts that are like career and technology orientated already, right? That really inspire kids in high school. So take the opportunity to come and learn and engage and see all the great things that I think that we have to offer for the next school year.
Yeah, and as superintendent, I just again reiterate, we welcome you to apply. We're excited to meet you and your family and welcome you into our family at Wayside. And we appreciate you joining us today. And I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions at all, always feel free to reach out to us at our direct line, and we will hopefully see you soon on campus. Bye bye.